Hello, and welcome to the AI with Arun Show. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through the 10 predictions that prove 2026 is the year AI stops being magic and starts becoming machinery. Prediction number 1 is the biggest shift in corporate history, the rise of the agentic economy. Here is the difference you need to know. A co-pilot sits next to you and helps you drive. An agent takes the keys and drives the car for you. By 2026, we aren't just chatting with AI. We are seeing agent lakes, pools of autonomous bots that talk to each other to get work done. Let me give you a real example from the finance world. Imagine a procure-to-pay cycle. An ingestion agent reads an invoice. A retrieval agent finds the contract. An auditor agent checks the math. And if there's a mistake, a negotiator agent writes an email to the vendor to demand a refund, all without a human clicking a single button. This is huge. By 2028, 90% of B2B buying, that's $15 trillion, will be handled by bots, not humans. This means if you are selling a product, you don't need to impress a human buyer anymore. You need to impress a bot. We call this Agent Engine Optimization, AEO. If your product data isn't readable by a machine, you effectively don't exist. Prediction 2. We are about to pay a premium for thinking time. Right now, AI models are fast and cheap. We call those System 1. But in 2026, the value shifts to System 2 models. AI that is designed to pause and think before it speaks. We're seeing this with OpenAI's O-Series and the Claude 5 from Anthropic, expected in early 2026. These models will be able to do deep research that would take a human days or weeks to finish. But here is the catch. You're going to pay for it. Instead of paying for a quick answer, you might pay $10 to $50 for a single query, because the model spends 10 minutes reasoning through the problem. It's like billing a consultant by the hour. And the big question, when do we get AGI, AI that outperforms humans? The forecasts are narrowing in on 2026 and 2027. But don't expect a godlike machine. Expect a jagged frontier, an AI that is superhuman at coding but maybe just average at telling a joke. Prediction 3. The internet is breaking apart. We call this the Splinternet. Governments have realized that AI is a national asset, just like oil or the military. They don't want their data sitting on a server in another country. By 2027, 35% of countries will force companies to use region-specific AI platforms. We call this geopatriation. In Europe, they are building sovereign clouds with Mistral AI to follow strict privacy laws. In the Middle East, Saudi Arabia is building massive AI factories to create Arabic-first models. And China is building its own parallel ecosystem with chips from Baidu to get around US sanctions. For global companies, this is a headache. You might need one AI for the US, a different one for Germany, and a third one for China. The era of one global AI is ending. Prediction 4 brings us back to physics, heat, and power. In 2026, we flip a switch. For the last few years, we spent all our energy training AI. In 2026, 2/3 of compute will be for inference, which means just running the models we've already built. This requires a massive infrastructure upgrade. The chips are getting so hot that air conditioning doesn't work anymore. We are hitting a thermal wall. That's why the market for liquid cooling, literally dunking servers in fluid, is exploding to over $5.6 billion. And where do we get the electricity? The data centers are getting so big they need their own power plants. Tech giants like Amazon and Google are turning to small modular reactors, SMRs, nuclear power, to go off-grid. In 2026, big tech essentially becomes the energy industry. Prediction 5 is for the creators. Software development is changing forever. We are entering the era of vibe coding. You won't need to know complex syntax or languages. You will just describe what you want, the vibe, and the AI writes the code. By 2026, the prediction is that 90% of code will be written by AI. This creates a new role, the Renaissance developer. You aren't a coder anymore. You are an architect managing a team of AI agents. But there is a danger here. Gartner predicts that 50% of companies will start testing new hires to make sure they have AI-free skills. Why? Because if the AI breaks, and no human understands the first principles of how the code works, we are in big trouble. We risk losing our critical thinking skills. Prediction 6. The sheriff has arrived. The Wild West days of AI are officially over. The most critical date you need to know is August 2nd, 2026. That is when the EU AI Act fully kicks in for high-risk systems, things like AI in hiring, education, or critical infrastructure. If you don't comply, the fines are massive, up to 7% of your global revenue. And it's not just fines. We expect to see over 2,000 death by AI lawsuits by late 2026. If an AI doctor misdiagnoses a patient, or an autonomous car crashes, who is liable? Companies are going to rush to buy AI malpractice insurance just to survive the legal storm. Prediction 7. The media landscape gets completely rewritten. First, video. By late 2026, we aren't just generating videos. We are interacting with them in real time. It blurs the line between a movie and a video game. Second, music. The industry is having its Napster moment. After some big lawsuits and settlements, we will see legal, clean AI music platforms launch. The market is projected to hit 64 billion euros by 2028. But this splits the market. You'll have premium human music and cheap synthetic background noise. And finally, virtual influencers. This is a $45 billion industry in the making. Brands love them because they don't age, and they don't have scandals. But for us humans, it creates a trust crisis. We are going to start craving verified, real human connections more than ever. Prediction 8 is the most hopeful one. AI is moving from digital pixels to physical atoms. Using models like Google's GNOME, we have already discovered 380,000 stable materials. In 2026, we expect major breakthroughs in the real world, things like solid-state batteries and superconductors that were designed by AI. In medicine, we are seeing the rise of digital twins. Instead of testing an experimental drug on a sick patient, we test it on a digital simulation of that patient first. This could save thousands of lives and drastically speed up how fast we cure diseases. Prediction 9. Put down your phone. The smart glasses are finally ready. After years of awkward prototypes, AI smart glasses are hitting the mainstream. We expect over 10 million units shipped by 2026. The killer feature isn't checking your email, it's ambient AI. Imagine walking down the street. The glasses see what you see. You look at a restaurant, and it whispers the reviews in your ear. You look at a broken engine part, and it highlights which bolt to turn. The information is pushed to you, so you don't have to pull your phone out to find it. Prediction 10 is the scary one. The invisible threat. We are facing a problem called harvest now, decrypt later. Cybercriminals are stealing encrypted data today, even though they can't read it yet. They are waiting for quantum computers to get strong enough to crack the code, which might happen sooner than we think. By 2026, companies will be racing to switch to post-quantum cryptography. We will also see the rise of confidential computing. This is technology that keeps data encrypted, even while the AI is processing it. It ensures that not even the cloud provider, like Amazon or Microsoft, can see your company's secrets. So what does all this mean for you? 2026 is the era of pragmatism. The magic is fading, and the machinery is taking over. If you are a business leader, stop building chatbots and start building agent lakes. Prepare for the compliance cliff in August 2026. And for all of us, as code and content become cheap commodities, the things that will have the most value are the things I can't fake, critical thinking, high-level strategy, and verified human trust. The hype is over. The hard work begins now. Thanks for watching. Please support our work by joining us as a member. You will see the link in the description below. And please like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun Show.